Ahoy hoy from cold but dry Scotland on this nice winter's day. As you can see, I've pulled the T100 out of the garage, and the original plan was that I was going to take it on a bit of a run, because today started off as one of those days that I was describing in my last video where it's nice and dry, albeit cold. However, the sky has started to get a little bit dark. It's no longer as blue as it was, and I've only been outside for maybe 5-10 minutes and my fingers are already starting to hurt a little bit. So I think I need to invest in some heated gloves for riding in the winter. It was -2 earlier, so below freezing. It's round about freezing at the moment, but the roads are now clear of ice and I was hoping to get out, but so be it. So as I've got the bike out, I decided that I would try and get a few jobs completed that I've been looking to do for the last few weeks, because I've had these boxes next to me hiding in the garage so that the wife doesn't see them, and as she's at work, well, best time to get it done, eh? If you're a subscriber, welcome back. You'll probably remember when I got the T100 if you've been following the previous videos. If not, and you've just come across me now, then please have a look back. If you have a look up here, you should be able to find the video of when I picked this bike up. And during that video, I expressed a little bit of a dislike for these mirrors. Not only do I think that they don't particularly go well with the aesthetics of the bike, but as the functionality of a mirror, I just don't see what I need to see in them. You know, the shape of them and the angle I've got to put them at, it's a little bit awkward. So I am going to replace them for the sort of standard type circular mirrors that I've got in the box here. So I haven't even properly opened these up yet, but these are closer to the original design with the round mirror finish than the sort of oblong ones that are on there at the moment. And these are not Triumph original parts. These are a sort of generic part that I've bought second hand from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. So we'll get these fitted to the bike. Hopefully it's the right size and they'll go on easy peasy. Right, now I was hoping that this was going to be a simple nuts and bolts sort of job, because as you can see here, these mirrors that are on the bars at the moment just have an Allen headed bolt that holds the mirror onto the bar, and that's as simple as that is. However, the new mirrors that I've just bought, albeit they're not new, like I said, they're second hand and I got them on the cheap, these have a different arrangement at the bottom. So whilst it is the right diameter of stud to fit in there, that is far too short to make it all the way through to have any sort of securing arrangement on the back of that. So I'm going to have to come up with another method of making that as long as that and being able to secure that on the bottom. So I've either got to elongate that stud or completely change this fitting to suit the new mirror and existing fitting on the bar. So this will need to go on hold for a moment. Another thing that's been bothering me more and more as I've been riding the bike, especially through these colder months, is the fact that there's no windshield on it. Now, I know that some people prefer the look without the windshield. There's a little bit of a love it or hate it vibe going on with windshields. So I've gone down the road of buying this PUIG sort of smoked screen, which I think will go quite well with the bike. You know, it's not too big, not too small. As you can see, haven't opened it yet, so we'll get this across to the bench and we'll have a look at this also. So like I said, this is a screen from PUIG. Now I haven't used a PUIG screen before on the bobber. I've got a dart fly screen, but on the PUIG website they've got all sorts of shapes and sizes for all sorts of different bikes. And this is the PUIG Caranebris Modello Top, which is a sort of mid-height screen, and I got it in this smoked finish. I thought that would go better with the bike than the clear screen. So it comes with the screen, some instructions, and that looks like all the fittings for it there. So I'm not going to go step by step through this, as it should be a nuts and bolts job, but the instructions are there. Looks pretty simple, so we'll just bolt it up and we'll fire it on the bike. So as you can probably see, I've been messing around a little bit there, trying the shield on and off. The headlight that's fitted at the moment is fitted with a bolt that runs through this rubber grommet on the sort of fork cover here with the indicator mounted to it. The instructions show that the windscreen should fit between here and the headlight, which is fine. That can go in there quite easily like that. But what I have noticed is when I've got it tightened up, because there's this rubber grommet here, you obviously can't tighten it as a sort of hard face-to-face, so there's a little bit of movement there. Now I'm guessing that this has been designed to allow for a little bit of vibration in the headlight as a sort of damper, but I'm not sure how that's going to work with the windshield. So I'm just going to bolt it back up, stick it on, and then we'll need to see how it goes when we get it out. But it might be that I've got to try and do something with removing this rubber grommet and actually have it as a solid fixed arrangement. Now I will point out that although this is sold as a universal windscreen, it is sold specifically for the T100 on the PUIG website. However, if we have a look at the instructions here, I'm hoping that this will stay in focus. We can see up here it talks about a lock inclination system, which is basically a bolt that goes through the bracket that then rests on the counterpart bracket on the bike, which is below here. Now, as we can see, the shape of the bracket that I've got with a light fitted to it, I'm assuming that this is T100 standard, but the hole where the bolt should go is below the bracket here, so you can't fit it unless we're of course to lift this further up, but then there's too little engagement with the bracket onto the bolt that's actually going through the headlight. So I'm guessing there's maybe different arrangements available, or maybe this arrangement here is different on some other bikes, or have PUIG got it wrong, and in fact, although it's universal and been sold for the T100, it's not as easy a fit as one would hope. And obviously it fits well enough over the headlight, but as far as I know, this headlight is not the original from Triumph for the T100. It's actually it's written on it here, actually it's a truck light that was fitted by one of the previous owners. So maybe that's the issue, maybe the mount arrangement's different. If anybody else has had their headlight off the T100, you can let me know. But that's the bolts up as tight as I should probably put them with the rubber grommet in there. And you do have this little bit of flex with the headlight, so we'll see how that goes once it's actually used on the road. Right, we'll leave that there for the time being until we can get out and give it a ride. As far as windscreens go, I think that suits the bike quite well actually. I think that's alright, so we'll need to see how it performs. And last but not least, I want to talk about luggage. Fortunately, when I bought the bike, it came with these luggage rails already mounted to it, and the chap that I bought it from also gave me these original Triumph leather saddle pannier bags. Now these have served their purpose up till now, and they're quite big, they're good for storage, but the one dislike that I've got with them is that you have to remove the seat to fit them properly. This top piece here goes below the seat, and then you've got to bolt the seat back on, and the fact that the seat on this bike needs to be bolted on and off makes that a little bit inconvenient. I also need a separate solution for the bobber. If you've been following my videos, then a little while ago you'll have seen that I reviewed some Hepco and Becker luggage bags. Now these are the Hepco and Becker street bags, which I still have. Originally my plan was to resell these bags, but I've now had a change of heart. I was impressed with them that much that I now want to fit them to the bobber permanently, and I also want to replace the solution that I have with these leather bags for the T100 with the Hepco and Becker bags. So I'm going to keep these. I'm going to probably sell these leather bags on, but that means that I have to change the mounting arrangement on the T100 to suit the Hepco and Becker SIBO bag arrangement. And to do that, I've gone ahead and I've purchased these chrome SIBO brackets that are Hepco and Becker brackets. So again, we'll go back over to the bench and we'll have a little look at them. So I'll start by having a quick look at these bags again. Please go back and have a look at the Hepco and Becker video that I did, where I'll go into a bit more detail. But these these are the street bags, and these have the SIBO bracket arrangement. So the bags are designed that they can slide on and off the bracket, they can be locked on, they have a shoulder strap which is inside the bag at the moment, so that you can just basically lift the bag off and then carry it to wherever you need to go. The zips are sealed, which is good because that keeps them waterproof, but then you also have these waterproof over bags that go over the top of them, I suppose, if you're in heavier weather, and I think these appear to be really good quality. Now, like I said, when I got these originally, I fitted them on the bobber, and unfortunately the bracket arrangement that I have sitting here interferes with the side mount number plate that I've got. So as I've decided that I'm now going to keep them, I'm going to look at a better solution for the number plate. I'm going to refit these brackets back on permanently, and then that's going to be my luggage solution for the bobber. And now that I've gone ahead and purchased these brackets for the T100, I'm just going to have the one set of bags for both bikes, which I think makes the better solution. Right, so we'll jump on to fitting the SIBO brackets for the Hepco and Becker bags. Now, you would think that this would be the most straightforward of jobs, wouldn't you? Until you open the bag and realise that there's actually quite a few different brackets and parts and a lot of nuts and bolts there. So we'll have a look through the instructions and see how easy these are to follow. So the seat's off, and it should just be a case of taking this bolt out here, the one at the bottom here by the foot ped, and then this comes off. And then according to the instructions, because I've got this rear bracket on here, I can fit the new brackets onto this point here, but I've got to take this off to do so, and believe it or not, I've just had to drill out this bolt here and the same one on the other side because they were seized. So taking this sort of handrail away from the back, I should be able to fit the new bracket onto this point here. So as you can see, that went on pretty easy there. You've got the bolt at the top of the shock here for the front bracket, the bolt that goes on at the back of the seat of the grab frame here, and then you've got the bolts that hold the actual bracket onto the two supporting brackets. This is all still loose at the moment because I just wanted to see how it would fit, and because I've fitted the rear bracket in between the grab handle that I've got here, because I want to keep this, I quite like this grab handle, I've got a bit of a space here, so I've left this all loose just so I can get it to where it needs to be, and I'll put some sort of spacer in here just to bridge that gap before I tighten it all up. Everything's bolted up tight, the seat's back on, and as far as looks go, I think these brackets suit the bike quite well. There's the other one there. But really the moment of truth comes from whether the bags actually fit on, easy peasy. So bag unlocked at the back, should just slide on over the bracket. I think that's it. And then we should be able to lock it, key out, and then that's that. So here's a little bit of a walk around the bike with a new screen and both bags fitted. I keep saying it, but I think these look pretty good as far as luggage goes on a bike. You can let me know what you think. So there we have it, the Hepco Becker street bags fitted to the T100. Like I say, I think these look pretty good, and they give me the solution of a single set of luggage for both this bike and the bobber. So all I need to do now is get the brackets that are still sitting in the box there, get them fitted to the bobber so that I can then start using them on that, but I will need to modify the number plate mount. Bit unfortunate with the mirrors, I never got them fitted, but hey ho, that's what happens when you buy second hand parts, I suppose. So I need to try and modify the piece that bolts them onto the bars. And as for the windscreen, like I said before, we'll need to get it out on the road and give it a bit of a test. There's a bit of flex in it there, so I'll need to see how that is. Maybe I'll need to make the mount arrangement more secure. So lights fading, I'll wrap it up there. If you're a subscriber, thanks for continuing to watch. If you haven't subscribed already, please think about hitting the button, and please hit like for this video. and I'll catch you all on the next one. So take care.